What's up, guys? Sherm's Germs here, and what I like to do is review Michigan medical marijuana products, whether it's new glass or new strains coming out, wraps, things along those lines. Anything that basically has to do with flower products, concentrates, edibles. The list goes on and on and on. One of the strains we're gonna go over real quick today is Northern Lights, aka Aurora. It's my grower's version of it is very nice. It's so frosty it looks like, I swear to God, it looks like it's grown in Alaska in the middle of fucking winter. My grower, believe it or not, is a ultra-conservative, modern Orthodox Jew, and the only reason why I mention that is because it doesn't matter if you're Jewish, a rabbi, or a imam, a Muslim imam, or a firefighter, or whatever. If you have a few $1,000s to invest, and you're not happy where you're at, there's plenty of business opportunities here in Michigan, and I'm telling you, if you know what you're doing and you can follow directions, for $2,000, by the end of the year, you could theoretically turn it into 30 or 40 just to be on the conservative side. And that's it. You follow directions. Most people can't follow directions. Most people are fucking ignorant. But, anyways, so what we have here is my grower. We'll call him YY. Like I say, this stuff runs about 19%. And one of the reasons why I'm doing this particular show is getting ready to have surgery on my hand. I've had carpal tunnel since '88, and I broke it in the joint a couple of times. Once on somebody's face, and once just shoveling snow. I was in the UP for 8 years, so it gets pretty fucking deep up there, man. And I was shoveling snow out one night and had my hand on the end of the shovel and hit a crack and snapped my hand back. And this time they didn't believe me. Don't know why. The medical staff. So I walked around with it broken for about 3 weeks, and finally they came and they said, Mr. Sherman, we're going to send you for some x-rays. Came back, it was broken, and they sat me down and they're like, a couple Vicodin for you, and blah blah blah. They just tried to backpedal the whole thing. Anyways, hands fucked up, been fucked up for years, getting ready to have surgery on it. I basically lobster clawed now. I can use this finger and this thumb, this finger, my fuck you finger, and half of my ring finger is pretty much numb and painful all the time. Like somebody's basically fucking my funny bone constantly. So I'm basically going over a couple ways that you can smoke with one hand. And of course, the bong is always a good way. And the other way is with this top-o-matic here. I'm finding it harder and harder to roll. And what I do with the top-o-matic is, this is basically a cigarette making machine. Take some of this cigarette tobacco here, and it's actually marked pipe tobacco, so they get around paying the taxes on it. And basically you just stick some in that little slot there. Grab one of these tubes, pop it on there, set it in position. There you go. That costs a nickel. A pack of smokes these days is $7.50 unless you're from North Carolina or Virginia. And well, even if they're $2 in North Carolina or Virginia, you probably still can't afford them. Sorry, guys. I'm just like that. You know what? I spent 13 years in the joint, 17 felony convictions. I just don't have fucking patience for anybody. So, I'm pretty laid back now. One of the things I wanted to explain to you is this eyebrow right here. I know I look like a fucking idiot half the time, but I got into a fight in my college days. I was at Delta Sig at Western, and somebody hit me. It's a Sig up, as a matter of fact, fucking bitch. Hit me with a champagne bottle, cold cocked me. I wasn't even paying attention, and the bottle didn't break. It was a full bottle, didn't break. knocked me down, didn't knock me out. I've had my ass kicked from here to fucking LA, but I've never been knocked out. You know, I've fought many a fight, and I didn't win them all. I don't even know if I won half, but I was fought the good fight. Anyways, so what it did was, it didn't cut me. It put a fucking goose egg on my head the size of a goose egg. I'm such a fucking idiot sometimes. Anyways, and it was so swollen that the skin started to split. That was the only mark on it. But what he did do was he severed a nerve here, and I can't control my eyebrows, so fuck you. You know, blow me. What do you want me to tell you? Anyways, cigarette making machine, yada yada yada. You get the picture, right? So I was watching another YouTube video with this other douchebag who does this basically like what I do, and he was going over, I think he was pressing some hash, going over this, you know, how he presses this hash. And it's a real cool process. But this is one of these guys who is totally abhorrent against tobacco products. I mean, he would only fucking light his bowl with some rope made from the virgin hemp of a... Fuck, are you fucking kidding me? Bitch, you gotta get a life. No wonder they were taking your fucking lunch money when you were younger. Alright, so... I don't know how well you can see this. But it's pretty frosty, pretty tasty. Oh, here's a nice one. This is a 2-gram masterpiece right here from the Almighty. That's basically what the shit looks like. His main flower is Gorilla Glue, and his strain of glue is just out fucking cold. So, anyways, get some of this in a grinder. Guess while I'm doing this, I can tell you a joke. You know, by the way, I'm from Southfield, Michigan. You know, right by the D. I'm 3 minutes from 8 Mile, where that really fucking hurts. Where Eminem made the movie and everything, where Eminem's from and shit. So, getting ready to move back there, and I guess what I'm saying is, right around me, there's like, I don't know, there's probably 60 dispensaries within 15 minutes of my house. They don't let any on my side of 8 Mile, which is Oakland County side. They're all on the Detroit side, go figure. But anyways, like I said, the business opportunities are incredible here. And if you're not cutting it and you're disciplined, especially if you don't have any felony convictions, like I have a lot of felony convictions. So I'm a patient. I have my card to be a legal patient. Otherwise, I won't even be doing these fucking videos. I ain't going back to prison for nothing. So I cover my ass all the way. I'm legal for this. I'm legal to possess 2.5 ounces. I can grow 12 plants. And if you know what you're doing, and you know, 3,000-4,000 watts of light, 12 plants, you can bring in, 6 good pounds of weed. So, and that's just on the conservative side, but it's on the realistic side. And right now, if you know, like I say, if you know what you're doing, that weed's going from anywhere from $1,500 to $2,500 a pound. So, anyways, I just bought this yesterday. I'm always real hesitant on buying glass because I'm such a fucking tired that I'll just walk by it and next thing you know, I'm so fucking sick of hearing that sound that I don't spend a lot of money on glass anymore. As a matter of fact, what I like to do is turn this down a little bit. What I like to do is I make my own shit. That's another thing. There's no director or anything like that. It's just me in my crib making these fucking videos. So, I'm not cutting them out and editing them and doing all that fancy smancy shit. You know what? I'm just a realistic guy. I'm not trying to, do anything spectacular here. It's just a little bit of realistic personal shit. So, mean, I wouldn't mind getting off this YouTube channel, making some serious fucking money, like the Jackass guys or something. I mean, shit. I know how to act stupid and throw myself in a shopping cart and smash myself into my buddy, on a skateboard or whatever. So, they made millions of dollars, movies, at least the ones that lived through it. Anyways, I'll take a fucking Gatorade bottle for $1 after I drink the Gatorade. The same bowl that I have here, that you can get for a couple bucks. And take a Bic pen barrel, just jam it in there, throw some electrical tape around it, and I've got a shotgun hole in the back here that I have some tape over it because it's really fucking hard to put my thumb on there. So it's even really hard lighting this. I have a candle in the other room. Yeah, I gotta hold that bitch better. Works like a charm, folks. Now, some of you, again, you're super fanatical, whatever, natural, holistical, Jesus. They'll say that, the styrene and the lysine and the cyclopene or whatever it is in the plastic is not good for you. Maybe it's not. In my case, it doesn't matter. I put so much shit through this body that, well, now I'm paying the price for it. So, anyways, it took me a minute. Like I said, I was locked up for a while. I'm used to just a regular U.S. bong. That's what I grew up on back in the day. I can't find them anywhere. It's a plastic lucite bong. They had they made all kinds of versions. My favorite was a single recycler. One tube from the top chamber to the bottom chamber. It was a one-hitter. And I had them for years. And so I was like smoking out of a bong, but this shit's just gotten outrageous in price, especially with all the dab rigs and stuff like that. So, you know what? Let's go to this. Oh, so I'll tell you this joke. I'll tell you a joke while I'm getting this all hooked up. Again, I want to empty this out all the way. I don't want any fucking tobacco in there whatsoever. So, I generally from the hood. I mean, I was born in Detroit, moved to Oak Park, and Southfield, which is like 3 miles from the hood. And in the 80s, when I got into the dope game, I was pretty much always in the hood. So, most of my friends are brothers, and I'm considered a brother in most circles of brothers that I'm close to. So, they have no problem with me telling a brother-oriented joke. If you do, folks, don't watch this at home. No, basically, black guy goes into a fertility clinic with his wife, and he sees the doc, and he doesn't really like what the doc has to say, but the doc says, listen, you know what? There's always another chance. He says, I want you to come back tomorrow, and we're going to retest you, and maybe it'll be a little different. So, guy gets up in the morning with his old lady, putting on this suit, 3-piece suit. So old lady says, Tyrone, what the fuck are you doing putting on a suit? We're just going to the docks. He says, I know, baby. He says, but if I'm going to be impotent, I want to look impotent. I know you motherfuckers are laughing your ass off back there. This shit was funny. You don't think it was funny? That's your opinion. I thought it was funny. So, let's get some weed in here. Feed the machine. When we were in the joint, we would take a shit. That's what we call feeding the warden. Here you go, warden. So, anyways, it's just a little prison tit for tat there. I hope none of you have to experience that type of a setting. It's not pleasant. It's livable if you have the psyche for it. And the determination to get through it as unharmed and unfucked as possible. Unharmed, I didn't get through it unharmed, but I definitely got through it unfucked. So, 13 years, still an ass virgin, that's all that matters to me. Not that there's anything wrong with that. As a matter of fact, in prison, they don't even take it anymore, guys. There's so many free, open homosexuals in the joint these days that they don't have to take it. I mean, the sick bastards that like to take it, they'll still take it, you know. But they're sick. Motherfucking rapists and shit. You know what it's like to have to live with rapists and shit like that for 13 years? Child molesters? Put it this way, folks. I will guarantee you this. If a child molester wound up in my cell, I guarantee you, if it was your child that got molested, I gave you your fucking money's worth and some. You better believe that. So, anyways, I've been home 4.5 years now, and I don't cause any smoke. I don't have any cases. I ain't planning on catching any cases. I'm legal for this. I have a nice little tile business, and I'm just a regular Joe, man. I'm going to try to save enough money and make enough money the next 10, 15 years, buy me a little Coney Island somewhere in the D, and just, you know, fish and have a nice little crib. And my days of, you know, thinking I'm cruising around in a Range Rover are long gone. So I'm more of a realist now. Life is what you put into it, guys. Just remember, you came into this world alone, and you're leaving it alone. So you might as well get what you can while you're here. Wow. Now, keep in mind that you definitely don't want to keep the filter on. I mean, you might, but I never did. I just assumed that it would always take away from the experience of, you know, take away from the potency of the weed. And this does actually go down when I break this off. Yeah, I actually got most of it out. See how it broke off pretty clean there. That's a nice little hookup, folks, and it's so tight in there, it really is. The top-o-matic machine runs $45, something like that. The tubes are, you get a box of these things for, you get a box of what, $200 for like $2, $3. So, and the bag, if you do smoke cigarettes and you're buying fucking Marlboro Reds every day and you're paying $7.50 a pack like I was, one of the reasons I wasn't driving around on a Range Rover. $6.99 a bag, $3. You're looking at $10 versus for to roll a carton of cigarettes versus 75. You know, so let's fire this bitch up. I'll do you the honors. I wish, you know, this was like a scratch and sniff type episode, so you guys could actually taste what I'm tasting and appreciate the artist of the growing capacities of my grower. It's pretty good. Although for some reason the Gorilla Glue's got every once in a while tiny little white seeds in it. And I'm like, dude, you know, you're pretty fucking intelligent. Can't you figure out how to breed the seeds out of this bitch already? So, I mean, it doesn't affect anything. It's just every once in a while, you know, when you're hitting a blunt or whatever. I usually smoke blunts. I don't smoke joints hardly anymore, but since I can't really roll, this is what I might be doing besides this. I'm not really a big concentrate fan or anything like that. It's not that I'm not a fan. I can't afford it. You know, shit's expensive. I am going to get into starting to start pressing some as the months go on here, and you know, we'll have a lot more videos coming up. I've got an email for the show, shermsgerms 420 money. 420 is the numbers and money is the letters. It's not the money symbol. So that's shermsgerms 420 money at gmail.com. Send me an email. Be happy to answer any of your questions. All my cases and shit are pretty much public knowledge. I don't have any sex cases. One semi-violent case and no drug cases. All, you know, mostly fraud, con man type shit. Computer banking shit, you know. printing checks, driver's licenses, social security cards, stuff like that. So I stole almost $1 million in just about 4 years, from 1996 to 1999. I'm not proud of it. I'm not advocating prison in any way, shape, or form. As a matter of fact, you know, I don't want you to get the wrong idea here. It's part of who I am, and it might have shaped me, and well, not might have, it definitely did. You know, it's no fucking joke. But I will say this: I lost a daughter over it. I went away when she was 4, and when I came back, she was 18, and you know, I missed a lot of father-daughter dances, and she's pissed, and she has every right to be. So, money, no money for this. I wouldn't even. I don't know. For a year, somebody said I'd do a year and I'd get $1 million. Fuck, I'd do solitary for a year and get $1 million. But I'll tell you that it was nothing. If they had told me I lost a daughter over it, I wouldn't do it for a day. So, you know, there's definitely consequences to everybody's behavior. And pay attention to that. For all you young pups that are watching this shit, you know, sagging your pants and getting on the Facebook here with your pistols and shit like that. You know, do what you want, man. Have all kinds of fun. I mean, you know, throw down, get in where you fit in. I mean, you know, like I said. But keep in mind, you can't run from the police when your pants are already around your ankles. And, you know, only bitches shoot first. Unless somebody's shooting at you. Then, well, it's always better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6. I'm Sherm, and I'm out of here, bitches. Adios.